So, in my opinion, where I think that you will be able to find the real magic in New Orleans, a lot of people think just because New Orleans is like the Mecca in the United States and Louisiana for magic that you could just go anywhere like downtown and you could find it. There's plenty of divination, tarot readings, and stuff like that downtown New Orleans. But as a Louisiana native, I would just tell y'all that a lot of the stuff that you see out in the open in New Orleans is basically a lot of people that's moved in. They're not really the natives, okay? The ones that you will find that did that practice the Louisiana, known as New Orleans voodoo, you're not really going to find it in the city. You're going to find it outside of the city, more so in like some of the old neighborhoods, um, the country parts of New Orleans, but not necessarily the city, okay? So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of the good people, a lot of the good ones that do tarot readings and that does magic, they're hidden. You're not going to see them. A lot of places, like when I very first went to New Orleans years ago, um, that's what they told me. They say, um, they told us that usually you will find the real ones by word of mouth. They're not even advertised. A lot of them aren't even like um, on that business type of thing that we are on now. You know, they're not really advertising themselves like that. A lot of these people are have clientele that are brought to them. So, so I just wanted to let y'all keep that in mind, okay? A lot of these places that you see in New Orleans are from, and I'm not saying that people that move into the city from different places aren't real, you know, but I'm just saying if you want to keep it old school in New Orleans, um, close and true to New Orleans traditions, a lot of these places, a lot of people that are into divination, magic, you're not going to find them in the city, okay? If you do, they're going to be hidden, okay? So I just don't want people to get so sucked up into New Orleans culture and think that, oh my God, you know, I'm downtown, I'm in the French Quarter, I'm in the, you know, the midst of all this magic, because that's not where you're going to find it, okay? So, and that's where one of my videos I say, you know, this ain't that New Orleans bullshit. This is that backwoods shit. That's what I meant. And no disrespect to people in New Orleans, but a lot of the natives would agree with me, okay? Real, the real voodoo and the real stuff where it gets down at in New Orleans, it's outside of the city. So a lot of these places y'all will be scared to go to. There's the hoods. There's like people that practice the real traditions, okay? That practice the true traditions. That they practice the stuff that's been passed down from generation to generation, okay? So I come from a family of healers. I am a blood-born witch. I have aunts that are into it. My grandmother, even though she wouldn't call herself a witch, she would be more so a healer because growing up, my mom, she passed down things to my mom. Like when us kids would get sick, they would make up their own concoctions. My grandma's very much so into healing. She's 75 years old. Just celebrated her 75th birthday this weekend. Okay, so my grandma's never really been in the hospital like that. She has asthma, but as far as her health, she's never really been in the hospital. I don't remember her ever being in the hospital. And the same thing goes for my mom. I don't really remember them just being deathly or just very ill. And I just pray to God that they never do. But my grandma's into herbs. She's into a lot of things like that. Some of the stuff that I know, I wasn't taught in a book. Some of the things that I know that I would never ever tell on a public platform like this because, like I say, it's tradition. So I just want to keep this video short, but I don't want y'all to be misled and think that, oh, I'm going to go visit New Orleans and I'm going to go and, you know, because a lot of these, and again, no disrespect to people that moved into the city, but keeping it Louisiana, like true to tradition, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it because a lot of these people that own the businesses and that really practice this shit, um, there a lot of these people, a lot of the native New Orleans people are being moved out of their businesses and stuff. They're being pushed out by these newer people that are coming in, and that's the reason why I was saying, like when F and F Botanica, you know, clothes. I don't care what nobody say. That was a spiritual death. That was a spiritual hit. Okay. So three people died. The owner, his sons, somebody else. They said I don't know if it's the daughter-in-law, but there were three deaths in a very short span, like a very short amount of time. They were very close together. So and everybody knows that F and F was like the heavyweight in New Orleans. Like I don't know if Felix was from New Orleans, but he's lived in New Orleans a long ass time. And so you see a lot of these newer business that are coming into New Orleans, and no disrespect to nobody's business, but if you hadn't been in, if your business hadn't been there for years and years, I'm not gonna go there. Okay, but yeah, so I don't care what nobody say, and I ain't scared to say the shit. F and F Botanica, that was a spiritual hit. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. But real New Orleans is very, very sacred. Okay, it's a beautiful city, and it's just sad that a lot of the natives and stuff are being pushed out. So I love New Orleans. Everybody knows that I love New Orleans. My dad's visited New Orleans since he was a kid, and so is my mom. My mom was 6 months pregnant with me, partying up a storm in New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans is my second home. I don't care what nobody say. So I just when I went there like a few weeks ago, about a month ago or so, the essence to me changed a lot. It's just not the same anymore. After Hurricane Katrina, yes, I was in Louisiana when Hurricane Katrina happened. Thank God my town wasn't hit because I'm more so in the northern part of Louisiana. So, um, but New Orleans has changed so much. You know, it's like a lot of the natives aren't really prevalent as they used to be. So I think that's kind of sad. So it just didn't feel the same to me no more. Like I love New Orleans, but back then you could go and get some of the best food. You could go and just congregate with the natives, and it's just like a lot of that's dying out. Like a lot of these restaurants down there aren't the same. If you want to like go for like native cuisine, go to Ducky Chase Radio restaurant, and a few other ones. But Ralph's and Caicos closed. The Creole House closed. I was so pissed off when I went back. Like, why are all of these places closing like this? And a lot of these people are moving the fuck in, trying to duplicate these cuisines, and they're not doing the shit right. The shit don't taste right. It don't taste the same. I'm just disappointed. In the next 10 to 15 years, I don't see New Orleans being the same at all. I see a lot of it's more so you're gonna find more people that aren't from there taking over New Orleans because it's already happening. Okay, you still have a lot of the natives there, but um, a lot of people have moved away after the hurricane happened. Some moved back, but they just don't really have any, and even they will tell you, a true New Orleans native will tell you it's not the same anymore. So it's just becoming too commercially for me. It's like becoming way too commercially. And I heard Magical Lady Duchess say something about they were sitting up there doing readings like out in the open. Everybody who's from Louisiana, like, and know true Louisiana culture, know that true tarot readers, we don't do it out in the open like that, okay? I do my like celebrity readings online and stuff like that, but personal readings, I just would never do them out in the open. So um, it's just kind of sad, and I had a hard ass time finding me a good place to eat out there. It just wasn't the same anymore, and I'm kind of a little devastated because a lot of other people are taking over the city, and it's just such a beautiful city, and the history was so rich, and people are just talking down. Like you got a lot of these newer spiritual workers that are coming in talking down on like Marie Laveau and just talking down on the culture, and it's just like I don't fuck with you bitches like that. I don't fuck with y'all because y'all want to come in and y'all want to disrespect the culture. Y'all want to disrespect everything that we built and just throw that shit away like that, and just just pushing the New Orleans natives out, and that shit just don't sit well with me. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I ain't scared of nobody. I don't give a fuck what witch is on here and want to talk shit to me and want to tell me what the fuck they think. I don't give a fuck. There's spiritual hits going on in New Orleans. They're getting rid of the natives. They're getting rid of the people, and they're coming in and they're taking over because they're looking at it as a business where they can make money. Because everybody knows that New Orleans is the place to go for everything divination and magical and voodoo. New Orleans ain't the only place that's in the voodoo, like the Mystic Circle was saying. You're gonna find a lot of the real shit outside of New Orleans, okay? So don't let them fool you, like she was saying. You know, a lot of people say New Orleans voodoo and this. Yes, New Orleans is where it's most prevalent, but that's not true. Louisiana is the culture is Louisiana. Okay, so I just wanted to say that, but don't mean to go on a rant. I just get so pissed off because I love this fucking state as a whole so much, you know, and I just see it changing, and I just see what the fuck is going on. My third eye is open, and I see what the fuck is going on, and the shit just don't sit well with me at all. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.